taking place in the mother city. It's the Cape Town 12-1 run, and it takes place this Sunday and will feature a host of internationally recognized athletes. With a total prize purse of 300,000 Rand and 40,000 Rand first prize for the 12-kilometer event, it is a new and exciting addition for the country's Olympic hopefuls. Joining us from our Cape Town studios in Sea Point to chat a little bit more about the event is top runner and Olympian Lusapo April, as well as organizer Michael Mayer. A very good morning and welcome to Morning Live.
Morning, Waylon.
Morning, Waylon, and to your listeners.
All right, so Mike, I'm going to start with you, and I'm going to ask why a 12-kilometer event like this, and you have invited a host of top international athletes. Why have something like this?
Well, some of the biggest running events in the world, Waylon, are actually not the city marathons, but the shorter running events. I'm thinking of events like the Beirut Breakers event in San Francisco with 110,000 people, which also happens to be over a 12-kilometer distance. But there's a host of these events around the world. And we really wanted to create an event in Cape Town that is slightly shorter, not the marathon or ultra-marathon distance, but which gives every Cape Townian and South African a chance to run on a beautiful route finishing in the city centre. And the cherry on top, of course, was to welcome some of the best athletes from around the world to take on South Africa's best athletes. And Lusapo, sitting next to me, really they have their work cut out on Sunday because we have a fantastic field of international athletes joining us.
So Lusapo's just come back from Boston, where he ended 13th last month. Lusapo, how are you feeling about this race? I know you're going to have fellow South Africans, Alroy Galant, alongside you, Gladwin Mzazi. It is a very strong South African field that will be partaking, but then of course you have that international contingent of Kenyans. How are you feeling ahead of the run?
I'm feeling good, but I can still feel the marathon in my body. But I just hope I'll be able to finish the race and then try to do well. And it's a good initiative to have something this big in South Africa. I just hope that it's going to develop and become a big one, because for starter, I believe we've got something over 10,000 participants, of which it's a good number. So I hope that 10,000 is going to grow and become maybe 100,000 or even 30, 40, 50, you know.
Lusapo, just explain from a runner's point of view why events like this are so important.
It gives a chance to up-and-coming athletes so that they don't really focus on races like Two Oceans or Comrade at a young age. You know, there's big prize money, of which that's what they are chasing when they go and run these ultras. So it also gonna keep and then groom the athletes to not rush into running ultras, the distance that's gonna kill them.
Lusapo, I want to just ask you, because one name that is missing from this field is Stephen Makoka. He is our brand new national record holder over 10 kilometers. He ran a 27:38 at the Great Manchester Run on Sunday last week. What did you make of that performance?
He's in good shape, and I'm happy for him. And it also raises the bar for us to follow in his footsteps. And it's gonna give us, you know, like when you feel like you don't wanna go for a run and think that Stephen has risen the bar, so you have to try and close the gap so that you can also be named, you know, like whenever they mention his name, or your name will also pop up.
Lovely stuff. Well, you have done so much for the country as it is, and I know that you have got some big goals still ahead. Michael, I want to just chat to you. Many people are watching this and they're thinking, oh man, you know, I should have gotten my entry form in a little bit earlier. Will people still be able to enter the race?
Absolutely, Waylon. We've got over 10,000 runners, as Lusapo says, for the first event, and that's a fantastic first race, but there is still one last opportunity today, in fact, and tomorrow at the Greenpoint Athletics Track in Cape Town. Late entries will be taken, and it'll be fantastic for athletes to line up with the likes of Vivian Cheriot, Lusapo, Moses Kipsero. These are great athletes, and it's going to be very exciting for everybody running.
All right, and it certainly is a massive prize purse for just 12 kilometers.
Absolutely. I think that, one of the challenges that we sit with in South Africa is that our great athletes only really compete in the big events around the world. And this is a real opportunity for our best athletes to compete against some of the best athletes from around the world on home soil. So we think that spectators are going to come out in their droves on Sunday to watch. The route is absolutely fantastic, finishing in the City Bowl, and it's going to be a great experience for everybody.
All right, thank you very much. That's Michael Mayer and Lesapa April chatting to us about the Cape Town 12-1 run, which takes place on a Sunday. And as Michael said, you can still get your entry forms later today as well as tomorrow. It starts at 9 o'clock at Woodbridge Island in Milnerton and finishes in Bree Street in Cape Town. You can see some of not only South Africa's best runners, but also of the world's best runners.